These days, it's not unusual for studio sessionmen to play on various artists' albums. But in the 60s, when word got out that studio sessionmen had played on two of the Monkees' albums, the band was in for a fair bit of criticism.
Well, you know, as I say, we really weren't a band. Mike Nesmith and Peter Tork took it very serious because they had been musicians in bands before, but that was not why they were hired. They were hired for their acting ability and their musical ability, and nothing was ever said about going in and being a band in the studio. And that was satisfied by Mike and Peter by going in and playing on occasionally on records. As far as the ridicule, I don't think the fans worried about that. I don't think the DJs and the radio stations worried about that. They were only interested in the format and playing music that was enjoyed by their listeners. I think maybe the press tend to blow these kinds of things out of proportion, and they dig deeper and deeper into parts that, you know, that they really they shouldn't even be worried about. You know,
Right.
In the old days, I remember going to sessions with the Beatles and seeing other musicians playing, and you know, Paul McCartney did not play the French horn on Penny Lane. Nothing was said about that, but and there were other bass players and guitar players, you know, the Beach Boys especially, you know, who are still hits today and packing them in and playing big stadiums in America. They rarely went in the studio and put down all the music. Mostly Glenn Campbell and Larry Nectar, Earl Palmer on the drums, Joe Osborne on the bass. The same studio cats, you know, that would play on a lot of stuff. That was about the way it was for everybody. It's just that they seemed to get hold of the Monkees and use them as an example.
I'm not your stepping stone. I'm not your stepping stone. You're trying to make your mark in society.